Good evening, wonderful people. It is Thursday, January 18th, 2024. Of course, we are in the land of the living. We're excited to be here this evening. As I state, I have some of the dopest people on this side of heaven. And tonight is no different than any other night. Again, I believe in 6 degrees of separation. You're literally one person away, one advice away, one help away from where you need to be in your destiny. Proven over and over again since I started this podcast show in 2020. Of course, let our people know that we are live right now on Facebook. We're live at the YouTube channel, which is the name of the show. Please like, share, and subscribe. We are live on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram. Again, please let somebody know we in the building. Tonight, I have someone I was able to share the stage with not too long ago. I have been supporting her work. I have gone to a couple of her live performances. She is definitely amazing talent. I'm going to get into her bio, then I'll get into how we met, and then we're going to get into this wonderful conversation this evening. Again, please like, share, subscribe. Let them know that we are here. Again, you don't want to miss this conversation with this beautiful woman right here in Carmen Michelle. Carmen Michelle has embodied the Motor City as we all about it, and that's talent. As a multifaceted artist, Carmen Michelle has honed many avenues of entertainment, including acting, music, dance, modeling, and writing. She has worked with many independent filmmakers and stage productions in the city of Detroit, such as Peerless Times by TJ Hemphill. In addition to writing, producing, and starring in her newly dropped thriller film called Captured, Carmen has had many lead roles in stage productions and independent films, including OLUR and Reflections of Myself. Co-starred in the popular urban film The Bad Girls 1 and 2. She is currently an actress in the newly sensational series Mysteries of Sex, which is a entertainment. No, did I supposed to say entertainment?
Edutainment.
There you go. Series that uncovers taboo topics and real life scenarios surrounding love, sex, and relationships. Carmen's purpose has always been to inspire women to uplift themselves and others in hopes that her future success in life enable her to do so. Again, tonight, I want you to welcome this beautiful woman, Carmen Michelle. Good evening, honey.
Good evening. We are here.
We are in the building. Let's start with this. Of course, how I met her was we shared the stage in the chorus with TJ Hemphill on the last raining Peerless Times that just happened this last April. And
yes,
to be in a room full of amazing talent, you had to come away with confidence out of this world. Not only the process of making it to the chorus, because many tried, many auditioned, and we were chosen.
yes.
The more we got into rehearsals, the more I realized this woman right here, quiet as she was trying to be, can really sing. And then
Thank you.
We're in rehearsals and say the singer for that song was not there. We heard from the soprano area Someone's singing the whole song. I said, that's coming from her? Yeah.
Yeah.
So again, I no longer looked at people thinking that, hey, they just here. Nah. Everyone
That's a fact.
deserved to be in that space. And
Mm-hmm.
this woman right here held her own. She was even a dancer in the actual play itself. So it was amazing to see her at work. Later on, months down the line, to see a flyer come through Facebook to say, "Hey, I'm going to be," I don't even know where I was. Um, can you come and and I'm like, sure, I'm there. And it was amazing to see her alone, bringing this wonderful energy that you're looking at, that you can't help but to feel when she's in the room. Tonight again, I want you to welcome Miss Carmen Michelle.
Thank you for having me, Sunshine.
Now, I do recall when we were doing Perilous Times, I said I wanted to have conversations with everyone that was a part, again. The
Mm-hmm.
amazing talent that was in this production was second to none. Now, it might have took me
Mm-hmm.
a year or so to get here, but we're here. And I am so excited that we get a chance to converse about you. I need the world to know who you are. Um, and this is what this is about, to give you your flowers while you're still here, and to let people know and how to support you in what you are here to do. So let's go back to the beginning of who Carmen Michelle is. So when did you know that you were gifted?
Oh, thank you. Well, basically I grew up in a musically inclined family. So my mom sings gospel, and I have brothers, we all play instruments. And I just used to go everywhere with my mom, like her concerts, her studio sessions, her radio that she had, her radio station. And I just always had this um energy about wanting to be in the camera or in the, you know, on the stage. So I just believe I got it from my mama.
Mhm. So what
Definitely.
was the
Mhm.
first skill would you say you learned or knew you had? Was it singing or was it dancing? What was it?
Um, well, it was two that happened at the same time. So it was singing and writing. So I was always writing like songs or little short stories and stuff like that. I was very, quiet kid. I was like the nerdy, quiet, artsy kid. So when I was younger, I was in the glee club, so I was singing and dancing and acting at the same time, and I loved it.
Hmm.
Hmm.
So, um, blessings. Um, main event is in the building.
Hello.
Um, to start, what's your thoughts on honing on your craft when you're young? How important is that?
Ooh. Um, I believe it's very important because our childhood is where all of our creativity is at its highest peak. We're uh, not too much worried about, like, a lot of responsibilities, or we may not have had too many responsibilities and stuff. So when you're younger, it seems like you just have more time to really focus on the things you love doing. So yeah, we learn more. We can retain more information when we are younger. As we get older, we start, worrying about a lot of stuff, and having all these responsibilities, so it can kind of, you know, make you feel like you don't have time for it. But you always have to tap into your childhood and the way that you were as a child, the happiness that you have, the inspiration, the imagination that you had as a child. You have to tap into that as an adult to keep that. Because I do believe if you don't use your gifts, that you can lose them.
Absolutely. Now I have heard
Mm-hmm.
that, concept before, but I really didn't
Mm-hmm.
really tap into until the I would say the last, I guess, auditions for Peerless Times, of actually
Mm.
the shield of, even if they told me no, I'll be okay. Um
Right.
I think when we're kids, no doesn't mean no as you're not good enough, or you can bounce back faster. I
Mm-hmm.
would say it like that. You would try
Mm-hmm.
again. When as an
Mm-hmm.
adult, you might take it to heart or take it personal when someone tells you no, and that might put you in a
Right.
place where I won't try it again, or I won't,
Right.
keep going, unless you have a village of people who's like, no, they're lost. They missed out on
Mm-hmm.
you. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and I do agree with, really, as children, as a youth director at one point, it was, I had to put adults out of my practices and rehearsals because it was their
Wow.
parents that was feeding them fear,
Mm.
or
Mm-hmm.
saying that they can't and they won't.
Or they
Once
not good
I
enough.
eliminated them,
Mm-hmm.
the same children that they said wouldn't, won't, can't, all of these crazy stuff, were the main ones who wanted to. The
Right.
main ones who was amped to give me more, give me more, give me more.
Mm-hmm.
And they
Mm-hmm.
had to prove their own parents wrong.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So I do truly agree with, as parents, if you see your children gravitating towards the arts, really push them and encourage them to do it. It brings so many gratifications, or
Yeah.
um, positive energy of getting on a stage. Everybody can't do it.
Mm-hmm.
They might want to, but they can't. Even in learning lines or dance moves,
Mm-hmm.
everybody don't have that, rhythm and all of that. So again, I appreciate you bringing that out. That really, truly, truly makes sense. And the plus side of it, coming from a home who actually love the arts too, which makes it a
Yes.
lot easier. Oh my God.
Uh, yes, it did.
It's an automatic cheerleading team
Yeah.
in the home when everybody is into the arts.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so let's go through the the gradual moments of Carmen Michelle to actually see that this is really what I want to do as an adult.
Mm-hmm. So it was the main thing that I was consistent in. Um, I was always consistently creative, where I might have, you know, fallen back on, other aspects of my life. It was the thing that I knew that made me the happiest. So, the thing that makes me the happiest, that's my number one priority. you know, um, because I want to live a life where I feel fulfilled, where I am growing at the things I want to do. So, there was a point in my life where I was only working. I was only working, and the only outlet I had was to like create graphics online. Like take pictures of myself and create graphics. Or I bought this cheap little home studio, and I would just record songs that I would keep to myself. It wasn't anything that I put out, because I didn't have the confidence at the time to put those things out. I was more so kind of like, trying to perfect myself. So But when I was working these jobs and I became, a mother, um, it, it was the only thing that I could think about. So I could be at work and I'm just like, I'm feeling like I'm going in this cycle over and over and over again. Get up, go to work, get up, go to work, get up, go to work. And it was making me feel like I was going like crazy. It's like I can't do this repetitive thing. The only thing I can do repetitively is being a creative. And I'm not tired, I'm not like, oh, I don't feel like doing it. It's something that I genuinely have in my heart and my soul to do. So that's how I knew.
So even okay,
Hmm.
so we're gonna backtrack because
Okay.
I know for sure that there are creative, even for myself,
Hmm.
who love to do this type of thing.
Hmm.
I want to do this full time. I
Hmm.
want to be on TV helping
Woo.
individuals. Um, and it's like, okay, but how do I get the vision in my head to be the reality of this is my life?
Hmm.
And sometimes we talk about it, but we don't actually give the steps or the years
Hmm.
to really step out confidently and say, hey, whatever it takes, this is what I'm going to do. So can
Right.
you like walk us through, those actual moments
Hmm.
where this is what you're living your dream?
Right. Woo, okay, so let's say when I was 19, I had moved to Chicago. I had a son that passed away when I was 19. He was actually a twin, so I actually lost both of them. But I only gave birth to one, and I was just feeling like I just needed to go, Um, so when I was 19, I got on the Amtrak and I just went to Chicago. And when I was in Chicago, I was just walking around, and these things happen in alignment.
Mm-hmm.
So when you go and find yourself, certain things will align to you to help you. So when I was there, I was just walking around, ran into this photographer, and he knew people that did music. So it was a point in time where I was doing inspirational music. So I was doing that, and I was going to school. Um, and then eventually I had my son when I was 21. I had to move to Mississippi after that. Now Mississippi, I had no outlet. I wasn't doing music or nothing. And I was raising my son out there, and I was just working. And I was just making music on my home studio that I had bought. Fast forward, moved back to Michigan when my son was like 2 or 3. Um, and I found someone online that's still like a dear friend to me. And I don't know how I found him. I just looked him up, and then I was like, hey, I see you're acting. How do I get into professional acting? Like actually getting paid for it
Mm-hmm.
and all that stuff. And he told me who to add. And so I added these people, and I saw that it was an audition, and I was nervous. I'm like, oh, because I don't believe I ever auditioned for something, professional like that. And I just had to step out of my nervousness and actually audition.
Mm-hmm.
And that was my first professional stage play, with Jay McClain. And ever since then, I just kept going and going and going and going. And then eventually I got into independent film. So the the point in which I knew was when I would do anything, even though me being a single mom at the time, um, being a single mom of a child, he was like 2 or 3. Sometimes I had to take him to rehearsal with me.
Mm-hmm.
That's how much I was like, this is my dream. I have to do it by any means. He just gonna have to come with me. If I don't have a babysitter, I'm just gonna bring my son.
Mm-hmm.
And so, thank God that I had people that they were accepting of that. And
Okay.
a lot of those people, they still love Mikey to this day. Like
Mm-hmm.
everybody knows Mikey. I had to bring him with me. So um yeah, I was just hurdling over every every blockage that tried to come my way. I was just hurdling over it to continue my dream. I just wouldn't let nothing stop me.
Hmm.
That's how you know when you don't let nothing stop you. You may have like a little break, for a minute where you may not be able to do it, but it's always something in you that's pushing you to like, no, I'm gonna push through this. I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep going.
So that goes into the next part that a lot of people have or ask these questions of how do I where do you get how do you know about these auditions? I'm
Mhm.
not a professional. I'm like, I didn't have, professional training.
Mhm.
I just tried.
Yeah.
And I said the first step, is to get out there, to try
Mhm.
it. Even if they don't pick you, keep trying. Somebody eventually will say
Yeah.
yes. And even in those
Yes.
moments, you will start learning techniques and tips from your fellow
Mhm.
castmates or who they bring in to actually help the entire cast. Um,
Yeah.
and these are the moments again when um everything began to make sense to you of your sacrifices that you have done. Believe me, if y'all don't hear nothing else, these things that we do, it is a sacrifice.
Mhm.
Mainly your time, your sleep, any other things that may keep you from learning your lines or
Mhm.
being out and you have rehearsal the next day. For me, it's you have a full-time job. I'm a
Mhm.
wife. I have a mother that I take care of. You know what I mean? I still have to be auntie. I still have to be sister. I still
Mhm.
have ministry obligations on top of trying to pursue my dreams. And for
Mhm.
me, it was later on in my life. I want to point that out too. I didn't start doing this in two perilous times. That was what, 23? Well, actually 22, because
We were
we
practicing from, yeah.
we were practicing in 2022. The show
Mhm.
didn't happen was 6 months later,
Mhm.
April of 23. So that was my first professional audition as well as my
What?
first professional stage appearance.
Okay.
So again,
Mhm.
one of the things I wanted to also bring out, you don't have any idea what the people, directors, producers, whoever has the say so to say yes or no, you don't know what they're looking for.
Mhm.
You don't.
You
All
don't.
you have to do is be authentic and be yourself.
Mhm. And be confident.
Be
Yeah.
confident. So, out of all the times that you have auditioned, do you
Mhm.
remember how many times you were not chosen?
Um, Not chosen. No, I don't think I really remember, because the auditions that I have been to for the most part would be for like mini films as a whole. Not necessarily like a certain, I'm auditioning for this lead role. So it's never been that way. For me, any lead roles that I have gotten, I was reached out to.
Okay.
So but auditioning, it's more I want to do with that. Like I want to audition out of state and everything like that. That's one thing I have not done yet. So that's an avenue I'm going to be stepping into. But look, if you're not chosen, someone gonna choose you, and you can choose
Absolutely.
yourself.
Absolutely. And
Yeah.
that goes into, we know that so far that Carmen is a mom. We know that she's an artist. We know that she's an actress. Now we're going to get into her being a dancer, a writer, producer, and she just hinted at, even if the no's come, you can make your own lane. We just heard that on Tuesday from the Benjamins.
Mm.
A whole husband said, "Oh, my wife is good, and I'm tired of them telling her no.
Right.
Let me create this for my wife."
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so here we are, where this woman right here, and she stated even in her younger years that she was creating and writing that let's try my hand in writing and producing something of my own. Let's
Mm-hmm.
talk about that.
Yes, that is man, just seeing it come into fruition is just amazing because it started off as a dream, like a vision. And I'm definitely a visionary. So the thing about it is if you can dream it, it can be. You have to take it out of that dream and bring it into the reality. You
Mm-hmm.
know? Um and the way you do that is by just you're making it happen. Just make it happen. It's already in your head, so you can just make it happen. So it was just amazing because I already knew the people. I had built a trust with them over the over a few years, and they originally saw me on stage, and that's when they reached out to me. It was like, hey, we want you to be one of the the co-stars in this film, and I trusted them. And so when I wrote my script, I showed it to him, so Willie Will. And I'm like, Will, I write and everything. He was like, you know what, do it. Just write me a script. I'm like, okay. And I did it. And he held his end of the bargain. And I'm just blessed to have people in my life that actually want to see me grow. Um, it just all comes together. Like I was saying before, when you walk into um your purpose, when you get into alignment with the things that align with your soul, the right people will come and help you build that, and you will know it.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Is that Shakita? For sure. Moving in the direction of our dreams and ideas are essential. Absolutely. Um,
Hey, I'm sorry I can't see any chats.
yeah, so the moment of your dreams becoming a reality
Mm-hmm.
of, as we would say, it will be birthing.
Yes.
Now, naturally, I've never had children, but I
Mm-hmm.
can imagine the things that the enemy will try to put in place to stop you from giving birth. Um,
Ooh.
Now the correlation, unfortunately, I hear you, God, is the
Mm-hmm.
moment that sometimes we go prematurely, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you already suffered a loss with the loss of your twins.
Yeah.
We had to be in the right place at the right time for these things to come into fruition. We
Right.
don't know, hey, if I had the twins in Chicago, would I have been this, and that? Don't know. But the master of all, he knew what you could handle.
Mm-hmm.
He
Mm-hmm.
knew the possibilities of what could have, or he stopped from happening if
Right.
those things would have went prematurely. Of then there's the moment of we got to talk about it.
Yeah.
There's grief
Mm-hmm.
in those moments of getting your teeth knocked in and getting back up, even when I'm bleeding.
Mm-hmm.
Because the truth of the matter is, dreams take a village. It's never going to be by yourself,
Mm-hmm.
ever.
Right.
And sometimes we have to learn the hard lessons before the dreams come into fruition. There's
Mm-hmm.
things we have to pay attention to. So when the doors do open, we can stay in those doors.
Right.
One of the things I wanted to also commend you on is I know your son was in rehearsals with us. Even if you had to be like, shh, be quiet, go over there, I remember those days
Mm-hmm.
when he had to come to practice, and it was
Yeah.
what it was. No one was,
Yep.
what was we gonna say, you can't come to practice because your son here?
Right. Mm-hmm.
No, the priority is still my home comes first, but yet and
Mm-hmm.
still I'm still pressing my way.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
We're still pressing our way. Um, Bringing our dreams into reality is not an easy thing. It's never a cakewalk.
Mm-mm.
You're a trailblazer. What
Thank
does that
you.
mean? Nobody has been down here before.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
as you're walking, you're brushing stuff away, you're cutting stuff away, you're making your own
Ooh.
path. Nobody got no advice for you.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because ain't nobody been down here before.
Mm-hmm.
How can I tell you something in an area I've never been in?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So those moments when the baby do come, we here now. The hiccups. Let's go through that. What
Mm-hmm.
were some of the setbacks, or if you had any, some of the
Mm-hmm.
setbacks or those moments like, is this really what I'm supposed to be doing? Those moments. Let's keep it real. That's what we here for.
Well, there are times in my life where I was, starting off, and when you start off in the professional world of acting or stage plays and stuff, sometimes you might not get paid, you know.
Yes.
Um, and there are times where I did not have a car, and I have to go to rehearsal. So, I had to ask for rides from family members, or if I was in a relationship at the time, I had to get a ride from that person. Um, so transportation was a hiccup. Not being supported by certain people was a hiccup, because people will be like, "What are you doing that for? You need to be working," you know. And it's like, I do have a job, but I have to follow my dreams too, because if I don't, I'm gonna go crazy. So it was a lot of, why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? Are they paying you? You know, what's it about? So it was a lot of talk back against, my dreams. So I was also going through, like you said, like a lot of grief at the time. I was going through stuff, within my family. I was still grieving losing my child. I was grieving a lot of other traumatic things that was going on, in my life. So I also, my son has autism. So I felt like it was a point in time in my life where I felt like, dang, I can't work, because I was always getting fired, because I either didn't have someone to watch my son, or if he was in school, he would act up in school due to his behavioral issues with the being on having autism. So it kind of delved into my acting and stuff too, because I was like, how am I going to rehearsal? What if my son be acting up? What if he decided he wanted to have a temper tantrum and roll around on the floor or throw something at the wall? So it was a lot of self defeating thoughts coming from myself and also from other people, and I had to fight through it, and it was not easy.
Mm-hmm.
Feeling alone in the thing that you love to do, that makes you the happiest, and it's like nobody's happy for me. Like the closest people are not happy for me. Like it was very hurtful and disheartening.
Absolutely. I
Yeah.
can just dealing with when did you know that your son was had autism?
So when he turned 2, he started kind of regressing, because at the beginning he was doing good. He was crawling on time, he could recognize certain things, but I started noticing his decline at the age of 2. And his dad actually had left us when my son was 3. So my son didn't get diagnosed until he was 4.
Okay.
Mhm.
Um I know for some parents there has been conversations of asking themselves, what did they do,
Mhm.
as if you did something
Mhm.
with your child.
Mhm.
And I can imagine dealing with him, making sure that he's okay, uh,
Yep.
and trying to pursue your dreams
Mhm.
without the help, can be a tall glass to drink.
I'm telling you.
And everybody that has autism is different on a spectrum.
Right.
Um, sometimes you know what triggers them. Sometimes it's just the fact that they just want to talk,
Mm-hmm.
or whatever the case may be. You
Some
never know.
didn't go their way. Mm-hmm.
So those moments, I really want people to understand, even in your worst moments, if you push through, on the other side of this is that moment of victory. And even in those moments, you still have to find the small victories to actually uh pat yourself on the back.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You still have to take those moments and say, yeah, I did that. Yes, I'm still here.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I'm still moving forward.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the part that um, we sometimes in society push to the side. Like we grabbing for the big cookie, but you forget there's
Mm-hmm.
stuff down here too that you have to
Mm-hmm.
um, conquer, achieve,
Yeah.
to get to that moment. Being in independent film
Mm-hmm.
and a black woman at that, to decide that I'm gonna write my own, I'm gonna produce my own,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna put it in theater, and it's on Tubi, right?
It's gonna be on Tubi soon. Right now, it's on Amazon Prime and Google TV.
Y'all better hear this. Listen.
Look, it's getting to this point. There's been a lot of crying. There's been a lot of feeling alone. A lot of being alone. Um, a lot of mental strength building. I had to build a lot of mental strength because it's a lot that I've been through, and I knew that I had to build my mental in order for me to move forward and for the thing that I did dream of to not happen, because like I said, I'm a visionary, I'm a dreamer, I dream. So I knew that if I don't do spiritual work, if I don't do mental health work, because I didn't really have the outlets to get the help from others. So it's like I had to create the help within myself. And those are the things that pushed me forward. It's like, and I had to learn also to be happy for myself because, when you go through the things that you went through, or whatever, there are times in your life where people that you love or that you thought love you, you find out that like anytime that you're happy, they're not happy for you. You end up hurting somebody's feelings. You end up, making someone else feel like they're less than and all this, but these are not your intentions. So it can be, it can make you quiet, it can make you meek. It's like I don't want to, you know, shine too much or whatever, but sometimes you can't help it. Like people can see a light on you, especially if it's, guys, like they can see it on you. You can
Yeah.
see it in other people. And like that is a trial and tribulation in itself.
Yes.
You know, yeah, you just gotta keep pushing, man. You gotta keep pushing through all the bull crap. Just push through.
This is the moment that I love, for the fact that the platform to tell the honest truth, even if it hurt us, because people
Mm-hmm.
be thinking that, hey, I had an idea today, I'm gonna go forth and do this, and you're gonna be mega million. No, it
Mm-hmm.
don't happen that way. um there's processes that we have to go through to become great at who we are, and sometimes our pruning season hurts.
Ooh, baby. Mm-hmm.
It hurts, where you feel
Mm-hmm.
like, even in moments, to be honest, even in marriage, you still feel lonely.
Mm-hmm. That
Even
makes
in
sense.
relationships, mother, daughter, whatever it is, you
Mm-hmm.
still feel lonely because they're
Mm-hmm.
not walking the same path that you are. They don't
Ooh.
see what you see. They don't feel what you feel. So it's hard
Mm-hmm.
to explain. All you got to do is just sit there and watch me. I got it. I'll be back. I can't
Mm-hmm.
sit here and explain. I got to show you
Mm-hmm.
because the moments I sit still, it's not bringing my dream closer to me.
Ooh. Mm-mm.
I
Not at
keep
all.
busy for a reason. I'm in multiple things all the time. I have to, because definitely the devil would play with my mind when I sit
You're the
still.
idol. Mm-hmm.
Nope, I got to keep moving. What's the next
Mm-hmm.
thing? I don't know. I'm about to find out. I can't sit still. If I'm
Right.
not
Even if
singing,
it's your self care. Even if it's your self care, you got to do that.
yes,
You know what I'm saying?
absolutely. You have to. I have to take a
Mm-hmm.
moment after a project. I have to take a moment for me because I didn't gave.
Mm-hmm.
And this right here, if it's not time, it's rehearsal. If it's even with the other energy, with the other cast, I'm giving, I'm giving, I'm giving. Now I need to
Mm-hmm.
take time for me to be poured back into.
Mm-hmm.
This is where we hear actors, I mean, seasoned actors and actresses say, after big roles, they have to take time for themselves,
Mm-hmm.
decompress from the character that they were.
Mm-hmm.
They got to get all of that out to get back to
And decompress
themselves.
from the expectations too.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
It is a real thing. And
Mm-hmm.
sometimes we don't have those moments where we have the real conversation about what it takes to be an artist, what it takes to
Mm-hmm.
be an actress, what it takes to be a dancer, to be a writer. It's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But guess
Mm-hmm.
what? We strong enough to do it. It's
Yes, we are.
proven.
You gotta believe in yourself. Mm-hmm.
Even when nobody else say or don't show up for you. Guess what? God did, and that's all that matters.
Ooh. Okay.
You would
Mm-hmm.
think you have 5,000 plus followers and this and that. You would think every time you did something, all these 5,000 people would show up and support you. Well, that's
Mm-hmm.
not it either.
Nope. Mm-mm.
It's all good because guess what? There is an audience that's made just for you.
You better say that. Yes, it is, and it always works out that way.
It always works out. Who's
It
supposed to be
always
there when they supposed to be there.
right.
I
Mm-hmm.
sat in a room and at first I was downstairs and then I went upstairs and I watched you change the atmosphere in the room.
Aw, what?
I have literally seen it firsthand.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody was just, before everybody that was on there, they were still drinking and doing all this other stuff, talking. When Carmen Michelle went up there, everybody paid attention to her. I'm going to tell you why. One, it was her own energy that she brought to it, like, hey, y'all having a good time, da 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 da. And then the look. She looked like Sun walking in human form. Like, I have the confidence you about to see it drip right out of my pores. And wait until I start singing. She sat down on a chair, got comfortable with us as if she was the girl next door, and belted out her own songs. I'm just
Mm-mm.
like, are y'all? When I looked around, wasn't nobody drinking,
Mm-hmm.
wasn't nobody talking. Everybody was mesmerized by this light right here. Now, I'm not making up stuff because you're here. I mean,
Mm-hmm. And I
it
was
is
so
what
glad
it
that you
is.
came. I was just like, that really made my heart feel so good. Like I'm like, oh my God, like
People have
I
to
just want to
realize
thank
I
you.
want everybody to win. If I could
Yeah.
support everybody every day with,
Mm-hmm.
whatever you doing, whatever
Right.
I can, Even if I see it on Facebook or Instagram, I'm going to share, even if I
Mm-hmm.
physically can't be there. Why? Because it take all of us.
It does.
It take all of us. I want you to understand. Yes, I might can't go to every gig, but baby, believe
Mm-hmm.
me, I'm watching.
Mm-hmm.
And even if I can't, I'm going to tell somebody else about you so they can co and support you. That's how it's supposed to go.
Yeah.
There's no hating body in nowhere in my body.
Mm-hmm.
No
Mm-hmm.
bone, nowhere. Guess
Mm-hmm.
what? It take all of us to get there.
It does.
When I get to where I need to get to, guess who I'm gonna have a guest artist on my show? What? You think I have all these 300 and something guests for no reason?
Mm-hmm.
No. I
Mm-hmm.
say I want you and the world to know who you are. I'm serious.
And I so appreciate you, like, for reaching out, for me to be on your platform, like that. It just means a lot, woman to woman.
Listen,
That means
I
a
know the goods when I see
lot.
it. I know the goods when I hear it.
Thank you.
The when we have those moments of um sensibility and sitting in our gift
Mm-hmm.
is those moments where you realize there's more for us to do.
Yes.
Yes, I have a successful movie called Captured, but there's so many other ideas that
Mm-hmm.
God has given me that has to still come out.
Right.
And to those young girls and those young boys who might not never seen someone like a Carmen Michelle,
Mm-hmm.
you're here right in the city.
Yep.
So guess what? I'm going to point them to you.
Mm-hmm.
Everything we do is for mentorship.
Yep.
It's for relationships. It's for empowerment in uplifting not just women,
Mm-hmm.
but all of them because they need it.
Mm-hmm.
It's so many negative things that is being forced down our throat that we need artists like yourselves to say otherwise.
That's true.
Even if I physically don't see you, I still have a responsibility in the arts to be careful of the things that I put out
Mm-hmm.
because my children are watching.
Mm-hmm.
My grandma's watching. Remember those moments in time when we actually respected our elders?
Yes. I miss my grandma. I miss her so much.
It's just certain things you just didn't do in front of
Yeah.
your elders. Not
Right.
just my grandma, but just period.
Mm-hmm.
Even the respect of young men getting up for a woman to sit down. That's
Mm.
simple.
It's a lost art.
But as creative, we can bring those things back to show as this is the norm.
Mm-hmm.
So I expect great things for Carmen Michelle.
Thank you.
Anything she does, again, when you look at her pictures, wherever it is, you like, if I ever seen a flower in human form, it's Carmen Michelle.
Oh, thank
If
you.
I never seen a sunflower in person, it's Carmen Michelle. Every time I see you, that's what I think.
Mm-hmm.
Sunflower.
And I love sunflower.
I could
I
tell,
love
literally.
it.
The angles, how the sun shines on your complexion, and just the pictures say 1,000 words.
Mm-hmm.
So if you like that in real life, what your imagination looks like?
Woo, that boy, that imagination is amazing. I love it. I
I'm
love
just
going
saying.
to sleep sometimes just because I know I'm a dream. I love it.
Absolutely. So in your moments of let's get into dance before I get into my next moment.
Okay.
So what type of dancing are or what type of dancer are you?
So I'm liturgical and modern. So when I was younger, I was taught liturgical dancing, and that's basically like praise dancing. Um, and I was a youth leader at the time as well. So eventually, I started teaching other youth how to dance and also drama. So um, I love dancing as of right now for more of like an expression type of thing. So there are times where I just need a space. I just need a space. I don't need no one there. I just need to turn on some music and just dance, and like all the energy, all the everything just comes out. And so yes, I love dancing.
That also is the bigger term, as we say, is exercise.
Oh yeah.
Then there's the moment of getting that connection with the music.
Hmm.
Um,
Love music.
the
Love.
yes, the music that speaks to our soul.
Hmm.
Um, and like I said, when I see you, I see light. When I see you, I know that definitely I'm going to have a good time.
For sure.
Um, and it automatically speaks to me as get back on to whatever you're doing to be creative.
Hmm.
That's the
Yeah.
space when I hear your voice, um, when I see you perform, when I see what's coming out of your vision is get back on it.
Yes. That's
Get
all
back
I
on
want to do is express myself and inspire people in the process.
it.
Hmm.
Absolutely.
Hmm.
Um, so we have two words on here as uplift and empower.
Hmm.
What are those two words that mean to you? What do they mean?
Uplift and empower. The word that comes to mind with that is teamwork, togetherness. Um, you're only uplifted if someone is uplifting you. Of course you can uplift yourself, um, but you should also use that to uplift others. So it just sounds like teamwork to me. Sometimes you may feel weak, you may feel like giving up. You need someone that's going to keep you in those good spirits. Like, no, I got you. Like, it's a great feeling to know that someone has got you. There may be times where you've been feeling like really low and alone, and then you might just get that random phone call, and it's just like this person is just like, "Hey, what's going on?" You know what I'm saying? And then you just pour everything out to them, or they just have a message for you. Like God is always gonna send you that message through someone. So I hear teamwork and God, like this that's what we need to keep pushing forward. Upliftment and empowerment. You strong.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
that same energy that you want to receive, you have to give it to people too. You have to uplift others and empower others. It can't just be all about you. You know.
Yes,
Hmm.
absolutely. Um, and that same energy, I remember going into rehearsals, even to this day.
Hmm.
I don't know what people need and what they've been through during the day. All I
Yeah.
know is I got to come in and be sunshine. What does that mean?
Yeah.
I have to speak. I have to smile. For some, it was hugs. It was
Hmm.
that moment of, hey, girl, what's going on?
Yeah.
And it was like that all the time because, of course,
Hmm.
if you are an empath person, you feel it when you step.
Baby.
So if it's
You.
not right, you got to be the one to change it.
Yep.
I don't
That's true.
know. I had one, I think in Perilous Times, it was one day that I was off and
Mm.
people were looking at me like I was the weird one because normally I was the one that was always giving.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And that particular day, I had a rough day. I think it was me and my husband had got into it just right before I walked into rehearsal, and I couldn't shake it.
Mm-hmm.
But I was so used to be connected with others. Lita pulled me to the side, like, come on, what's going on with you? Because your energy is off.
Mm.
And to be honest, to have someone to check me about
Yeah.
my energy, and it
Mm-hmm.
was from a safe place, I
Mm-hmm.
understood what she meant.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to have people in your life to do that, to keep
Right.
you balanced. Because what our task in this world is not easy,
Mm-hmm.
especially being creative.
Yeah.
Our arts mean something. God would have never gave it to us if it wasn't.
Mm-mm.
Everybody doesn't have that gift.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to step into it, realize that the gifter gave you a gift. Use that gift to bring others closer to him. It was never
Ooh.
about us in the first place.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So we have to be careful of the things that we put out in
Mm-hmm.
order for him to get glory.
Mm-hmm.
So again, this moment right here, it's been a long time coming, but I wanted you to know how bad you are. Like, you that deal. Even if nobody ever else say it, you are. And
Thank
even when
you.
you post things, I pay attention to everything.
Mm-hmm.
Might not say nothing. I might heart it and share it, but best believe anytime, it does not matter. You can always reach out to me. You're not alone at all. You don't know what help you can have if you never ask.
That's true.
Believe me, you have more for you than it is against you.
Mm-hmm.
I promise you.
Mm-hmm.
Your PT family, and they are family, even though we don't
Yes,
see
they
each
are.
other as much and we don't reach out as much. At a drop of a hat, I can say your name and they'll come running.
Mm. I believe that. I really do. And it's a beautiful feeling knowing that there are people out there that, like I said, they have your best interest at heart. Because people need that. People need family. They may not have it in their own family, but you can find
Absolutely.
family in others. You know. So yeah, I strongly believe that. And
Just
you've always been a
imagine,
light. You like,
we was together for 6 months.
yes,
Six
like 3 times a
whole
week, I think.
at one point, yes. And then
Yes.
closer to it, we was there almost every day.
Woo. That's
We were together
dedication.
for 6 whole months.
Mm-hmm.
In the winter months all the way to basically spring.
Look. Mm-hmm. That's dedication. I'm telling you, that is
That
the
was,
love.
and to be true, and not get paid.
Right. That's for the love. For the love of it.
And people would think, but it's okay. The exposure was more than just money.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I looked at it, it was an opportunity, it was exposure. The things and the people that I met, I'm still in
Mm-hmm.
contact with to this day. They're
Yep.
all awesome and wonderful, connected people.
Yep. That's
So
true.
again, this time has been long time coming. I'm
I'm
glad we
so
were
happy.
able this evening on Thursday, January 18th of 2024, to
Ooh.
be able to sit down and have this wonderful conversation. Um, it was something. Oh, today is Ryan's birthday, Alita's son.
Happy
He
birthday,
turned
Ryan.
14 today. So,
Wow.
again, for those who don't know, Ryan is one of our PT babies. There were
Ooh.
3 kids, and well, yeah, 3 teens, yeah, that were in the actual chorus with us. And
Yeah,
Ryan held down the tenor section. And when I tell you this boy,
I'm
y'all
telling you,
keep your eyes on him. He
he taking it over.
he's a part of Mosaic
Mhm.
youth group. He's an amazing talent. And then on this Saturday, he was blessed and did auditions to sing the national anthem at the Detroit Pistons. So he will be there this Saturday in the well, I'm about to say the Palace, but the what is it?
Oh, I don't know.
What is our arena called? However, he'll be there.
Little Caesars Arena.
Yeah, Little Caesar
Okay.
Arena. I'm so used to saying the Palace.
Yeah, Auburn
The Little
Palace.
Caesars Arena this Saturday at 3.
Okay.
And again, if I can, I'll support. If I can't
Mhm.
be there, I'm going to share it for everybody else to be a part. Again,
Yeah.
um, we gotta grab our youth and push them. If they got to step
Mhm.
on our backs to get to where they need to get to, we
Mhm.
got to do it. We got
That's
to do
right.
it.
Mhm.
Um, let me see something else I wanted to bring out. Well, we talked about your acting. We talked about your dancing. We talked about writing. We didn't talk about your modeling. So, how long have you been modeling?
So when I went to Chicago when I was 19, that's kind of like when I really started. And so now it's more so I've done fashion shows or photo shoots and stuff. So I like doing very creative photo shoots. So even if I'm shooting myself, you know, and edit it myself. Um, so yeah, modeling is very fun to me. I love getting on that stage and just showing off someone's beautiful designs.
Absolutely. Speaking
Mm-hmm.
of, I have a company who's looking for some models, and they have a magazine spread coming
Ooh,
up soon. So afterwards, I'll connect you to them.
thank
Yeah,
you.
and of course, this person was he was the advisor of one of the
Mm-hmm.
last modeling shows that I was in
Mm-hmm.
this summer. And he reached out the other day, like, "Hey, I need some models. I need you." Blah blah blah. So
Mm-hmm.
again, one of the mantras that I have is just go in, be yourself, and be nice. It
Yep.
pays to be nice.
Mm-hmm.
Have wonderful relationships with people that when opportunities come, like you said, they'll reach out to you.
Yep.
Hey, I need you, X, Y, and Z, and
Mm-hmm.
go from there. Modeling was one of those moments also that gave me other confidence
Yep.
to be me. Is a beautiful thing to put on these clothes and walk with confidence, and um, the light
Mm-hmm.
is on you. The camera's on you. You got to show up, um,
Yes.
and
Show up.
show up, and let God do the rest.
Ooh, all you gotta do is show
All
up.
you got to do. And it's a simple formula. Don't
Mm-hmm.
overthink it.
Mm-hmm.
Just show up and let God do the rest.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then, of course, there's the moments of understanding that we find out that we're more alike than we are different.
Yep.
You'll never know that until you have a conversation.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, um, yeah, it's awesome.
Yes, it is. And I do want to let everyone know. I'm sorry I can't see like your chats or anything. But like Captured is a story that I just really wanted to tell. Like it's a thriller and it's my first feature film that I wrote. And I wanted to display, some experiences that I've had in my life. So with that character being in like a domestic violence situation, with that person. And it's also some comedic relief, some love, and drama. And that's just one story, but there are so many stories that I'm preparing to share with the world, stories that can reach out to teenagers, um, stories that get you thinking, psychologically, um, and stories from my life. So I just want everyone to stay tuned for those, and just stay tapped in. And look, I'm working on it. I'm working on it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So my last question is always to my artists or my guests is, what
Mm-hmm.
is a balanced life to you?
Ooh, a balanced life to me is mind, body, soul. So working on your mind, working on your body, which means your health, and your soul, because we could be here today, gone tomorrow, So working on your soul is more so of a, what is it that I need to do? What shadow work is it that I need to do within myself? Um so I can feel more pure on the inside, you know. Um you're not gonna be 100% pure, because we were born in sin, but we can try our best to be a better version of ourselves. So balanced life, anything that does not belong, that is dragging you down or weighing you down, whether that's emotionally, physically, mentally, mind, body, soul, you have to let go of that. You're not going to be balanced. You got this bag over here, you got this one on your back, you got this, like, you got one on your neck, you know what I'm saying? It's like your neck hurt. Like, you have to let go of the things that are literally keeping you off balance, because our body should be in a state of homeostasis. So um that's what a balanced life means to me. Let go of all that old stuff and focus more on the things that make you feel good. Like, of course you're gonna go through stuff sometimes, we can't get away from that, but focus more on the things that are for your greater good, because whatever you focus on grows.
Absolutely. That was a
Mm-hmm.
word.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So the last part of our conversation is the church announcements.
Okay.
The church announcements is giving reverence to the achievements that God has done through my life. So in October, he allowed me to write my first single book. I'm working on my second one, The Blueprint God's Design. He literally set me down because I was out of order. I was trying to control everything. I was off balance, and trying to figure out why I was stressed, why my health was going crazy, because I was doing God's job, not mine. And so those moments of, he was like, you need to go back to the blueprint. You got to go back to the beginning. And it's okay to have rebirths. It's okay to continue to get better yourself, because I can't stay right here when he's trying to make me move forward. So where I was here is not going to be the same going that way.
Right.
So those lessons I had to learn. And he gave me a couple of chapters to say, hey, let them know. My chapter 7, if I'm not mistaken, was fear. And realizing and researching of this was, fear is mentioned 365 times in the Bible. And that was, to me, ringing loud that you will face fear almost every day of your life. But your choice, because he didn't give it to us, are you going, as we say, are you going to capture fear, or are you going to, what are you going to do? We have free will. Choose wisely. And fear ain't it. So if you have to go to your auditions. If you have to go to a new job, if you have to go to a new state, do it. On the other side of that is where we realize the promised land. Yeah, we had to go through our Red Sea. Yeah, we had to suffer in slavery with Pharaoh for a long time. But once you get freedom, baby, ain't no going back.
Ooh.
Ain't no going back.
And
that's a personal testimony. Ain't no. And from that, when freedom comes, there's a new creature. There's a new you. Somebody you ain't never seen before. Yeah, that part.
That part.
During the worst times of my life, and when I got free, I was no longer just Camila. I became Sunshine.
Yes, you
and
are.
I will never go back to that type of state no more. I don't allow anyone to put me back in a cage. Not gonna happen. No. So anyway, now let me get off of that. If you want to continue to see this platform get to where I need it to go, which is the TV land, to be, I once said, the next Ellen DeGeneres, but ain't nobody like me. And I'm not being arrogant or what God put in me, it got to come out. I want to be on TV to actually have the funds and resources to really be a help to people. I've been asking God to make me a paymaster. What is that? Well, a person who has all the money to be able to fund people's dreams, to help families, to help whatever needs to be done. He could trust me with the funds. And so, I want it. I must speak it into existence. So again, my Cash App is Sunshine Camila, Kamilah. That's how you spell my real name for real. And I thank you in advance for whatever donations and support that you would like to do. This conversation has been sponsored by my big brother, Wally Dixon, Main Event, formerly of AM1. But he's coming back out as owners of Blacktop Streetball Association. Please go to their website at btsba.com and support them. Any business that I mention on here are all Black owned. Yeah. I need you to find them and support them. Not just the ones that I talk about, because those are my personal friends who I support. But just in general, again, it takes a village for us to be successful. We can't do it by ourselves. Right. If you have anyone that you know would be a dope guest to come on, or they have a story to tell, or they're doing it big, or you feel like, hey, you would love for them to be on here, you can find me on Facebook. You can message me at Sunshine Kamela. That's the way to say my name. Unfortunately, some of y'all folks act like y'all can't hear, but anyway, it's a whole nother subject. You can find me on IG at Sunshine Camila or Keeping It Real Conversations. Again, I will get back to you. My email, CamilaFoster51@gmail.com. You have all the ways to get in touch with me. Tonight, again, Carmen, Michelle, can you let the people know how to get in touch with you?
Oh, yes. You all can follow me on Instagram at Carmen.Michelle_. So that's CARMEN.MICHELLE_. And then Facebook is just Carmen Michelle. Michelle is MICHELLE. Tap in with me, send me an inbox. You have, if you need some help with a script, or you need someone to sing on a song, or if you just need someone to talk to, I'm your girl. Make sure y'all hit me up. Let's grow and build together.
Okay, your IG was Carmen.Michelle?
Yep, Carmen.Michelle_.
Is that right?
Yep. Thank you. I'm loving this song though.
Mm-hmm. And if y'all did not know, this is a song written just for me from our friend Robert Jeffries, who was also a tenor in the chorus of Careless Times. Said he was bored at work and decided that he was going to do this song. So again,
amazing.
Please support Carmen Michelle. This has been an awesome conversation again. We are live again on Facebook. We are live on the YouTube channel. Please like, share, and subscribe. We're live on Twitch. We're live on X, as they say, formerly known as Twitter. Again, this has been an awesome conversation. Last words, Carmen Michelle.
Thank you so much for having me on your platform and reaching out and building on conversation with me. I really appreciate it, and I'm just excited for what the future has to bring. Just want to let people know that I do have a friend. Her name is Ari Lane. They have a program called Dream Tech, and I was one of the mentors this past summertime for the kids and young adults too, teenagers. And we taught them film and acting and other things as well. Some of the kids were disabled also, so we had help for those kids as well. So if you have children that you would like to join this program over the summer, make sure you tap in with me and Ari Lane, ARRIELANE. She is a dope poetess, and she's amazing. So let's work, y'all. Let's work.
What did you call it? It was the Dream Tech?
Yes, it's called Dream Tech. The kids this past summer, they made a film called The List. We helped them record their first film. We taught them how to write scripts, and forgot the name of the platform that it is on. I think it's called K-Views on the Roku channel. So, but in a way, just make sure you all tap in because we have a lot that we're doing.
Absolutely. Yeah. See what I'm saying? Everything that we do is for mentorship. So again, follow Carmen Michelle, support what she has out. She has music out as well.
Yeah.
I need you guys to support this son. We'll never be able to let her light go out ever. Not on my watch. So again, I believe in 6 degrees of separation. You're literally one person away, one advice away, one help away from where you need to be in your destiny. It's been proven over and over again since we started this show. Yeah. Next time Carmen comes on, she will be singing. So I let her slide tonight. But it's an awesome be able to see the sun in person. So again, right after this, I'll give you the link to the show tonight, and you can do whatever you want with it. To be able to do reels, whatever. So again, you guys, I will see you tomorrow. Special edition tomorrow at 7 with none other than the makeup artist Toy Wagner Divine, Marcus Divine wife, but she is, to know her is to love her. Literally, if you see my pictures from my birthday this past Friday, Toy did my makeup. And literally people were doing a double take trying to figure out was it me or not. That's how good she is. So again, tune back in on tomorrow, and I will see you then. Peace out, y'all.
Peace.